Is there
Zero.
any good
No.
news?
No.
Yeah, they just announced
I
that
have
they
some
were.
good news.
You know, they just.
I do. Buzzkill is warming up.
I was just going to say that the other day they announced that the recession was over last year. So, yay! I mean, I think. Go ahead, Buzz.
Oh no, I think it's very easy for us all to. I mean, this world looks just ominous, especially when it's through my glasses. No, but no, the fact is, everybody looks in the now and thinks that that's going to always be the future, and it's not. I always say the truth is in the middle because the truth is always in the middle. The fact remains that if we do see the economy turn around, some business spending, some business investment, the stock market could be viewed as fairly valued or undervalued. Okay, and the good news is, because we invest in different asset classes. I mean, we're talking about bonds now, and so we're not in California bonds because we see risk. We're not in Greece bonds, but we're in Treasury bonds or other types of bonds that we view as safe. We have some forward bonds, which we like a lot, but we allocate into other sectors because the stock market, and this is something that's hard for most people to understand, including me, is the stock market is not even correlated to the economy. It's a weird statement, but I read something the other day, and I've known this, but the study was done that there was zero correlation to the stock market and the economy. The economy is always looking outward, more the kind of head, where the economy is the tail, okay? And so what the stock market is telling us this week or this month is that, hey, maybe it's not going to be so bad, but that can turn on a dime, okay? So that's why we have different, we use this word correlation, and basically just means one's going up, one's going down, okay? That's why during the tech boom, Dan mentioned that the firm, and God, I wish I had my money invested with R Scrum now. Why clients made money is because it was tech stocks that went down, growth stocks. Some value stocks went up, real estate went up, bonds went up, and that's why you diversify a portfolio and allocate. So yeah, I see a lot of opportunity. I see a bear market in the stock market for 10 years. Yeah, I've already weathered 10 years of that, and I can tell you that it's not going to go on for 100 years. There will be a new bull market that forms.
I'm not going to live for 100 years. I feel the same way. Whenever we get into these cataclysmic things, I can see a lot of things that I'm not happy with and I think are going to be true. But when you look inside, there's always opportunity to do something. There always has been. And sometimes in the worst of circumstances, that's when the opportunities are the best. From a financial standpoint, investment-wise, you almost have to take your investments and put them over here and then look at the economy over here. And from an investment standpoint, we've had a couple of pretty good years, really, including the 8 months of this year. It's kind of gone counter to everybody else, but so there's ways to take care of people's money. There's ways to make money. You just don't get overloaded in anything, and you just don't get too carried away with all the negatives. We're answering some negative questions, and Mark is exactly right. There will be interesting opportunities that will come forward, and we don't see them yet. And I think I was one of the really guilty people talking about when we got through that dot-com crash, and people had lost so much money. And somebody was saying to me, well, I don't know where all the jobs are going to come from. It sounds reminiscent of right now. Where are the jobs going to come from? And I missed it. I really missed it. It had nothing to do with how we did our investments, but quite separately, my question was, you know what? I don't know where these jobs are going to come from, and this is the bottom of the dot-com crash and a recession. And what I didn't see is the jobs were coming in real estate. Now we had all new appraisers, new title people, new real estate brokers, new land valuers, a whole birth of jobs that I didn't see coming. That's where they came from. And right now, we're probably in one of these lulls where one day we're going to look around and we're going to say, oh my God, that's where it's coming from. I know some people that have said to me recently, pay attention to what's happening on a global basis. And what is going to be one of the big job creation areas in the U.S. over the next 5 years or so, and this will surprise some people, I think, but I think he's right. It's going to be tourism. It's going to be hotels and tourism. It's going to be the rising middle class of China and India. And there's a lot of people now that are getting to a point where they can take their families away on vacation. That's never been the case. And where are they coming on vacation? Don't kid yourself. They're coming to Disneyland. They're going to be staying at hotels on the beach. They're going to be going to Universal Studios. They're going to be eating in our restaurants. And we're starting to see a little bit of this right now. And that, to me, will be a terrific growth industry where people come to us for something that we're as good at as anybody in the world, and that's our services and our hotels and our eateries and that sort of thing, our entertainment. And I think he's going to be right on with that, and that's going to be influenced by a lot of people coming from abroad here, bringing their families here for vacations.
So to summarize that, the good news is we have good times.
We have a good time.
Anyways.
We know how to have fun.
Yes, we know how to have fun. We know how to be frivolous. Are there any, I just kind of realized I've been looking over here on this side. I don't mean to be ignoring this side. Is there any questions over here? We're approaching kind of almost our hour mark here, so we'll take a few more questions, but I see Evan's raising his hand right here.